Why?
That's all good, man.
But yeah, I mean,
I know that's Brock's favorite band.
after Twilight really came out.
No, it isn't.
No, that was 2008. I mean, we move into the more new era, and I'm having a lot of trouble even thinking of ones that are worth talking about.
Well, there isn't a whole lot worth. I mean, Twilight was...
And Twilight was like 75 movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And although,
what is this, Harry Potter?
Oh,
I like Harry Potter.
And there's another thing. Harry Potter. You got to love Harry Potter. But no vampires. No overt vampires.
Right,
Every
right.
thought Snape might have been. He had all the characteristics, the dark arts, the broodingness.
But you had a werewolf of sorts.
But you
had
did have a
Sirius
werewolf. No,
Black,
you
yeah.
did. You had a werewolf in that movie. And you had ghosts and undead. Were there undead
Yeah,
there? I mean, like revenants and not mummies, but revenants.
What movie?
All the
The Harry
Potters.
Potter series.
Oh yeah. There was a lot of things that they threw in there.
But no vampires. None.
No, yeah.
Not a one, which was very strange.
They have a lot of lore, and they have a lot of things that they kind of created based off of things, and they had straight up, like,
And if you've read the Harry Potter books and you know that there's a vampire reference in there, let us know. Hit us up on the socials.
What about Daybreakers?
Never saw it.
Never saw it.
That's a great movie too.
Right on.
Okay.
It's futuristic.
Okay.
Willem Dafoe's in it. Ethan
okay.
Hawke, I think, is in it.
I like him.
It's another one that you that's kind of thrown back a little bit, but it came out in like 2009, I think. But it was another pretty good one too.
Nice.
I mean,
I'll
if you
have
get
to
a
check
chance,
that out for
I think,
sure.
I think
Yeah,
it's on
yeah.
Netflix right now.
I came
good.
by, speaking of Willem Dafoe, how did we miss Shadow of the Bat?
I know, yeah, because that Shadow of the Vampire,
Or Shadow of the Vampire.
yeah, because
rather.
that was
Yeah,
a
sorry.
really, really good one too.
Yeah.
Because that one came out before, I think.
Yeah, that was well before.
Yeah.
But
Because they were wasn't it basically based on the filming of Nosferatu?
Exactly.
but he was actually a vampire.
Count
Yes.
Orlok was actually a fucking vampire.
I mean, they got the right guy for the right part.
Right,
Yes.
right. Yeah.
And I thought that was amazing.
That was a good movie, too.
It was a good take on it.
Yeah.
Now, I remember this movie coming out. This is more like later 2000s. I've never seen it. Vampire Academy?
Nope.
Vampire Academy, the series. There wasn't a movie. There was a series, I thought.
Supposedly a
It was-
movie.
Based on novels, too, so...
Yeah, there's a whole novel set.
It sounds like
I've
a
never-
young adult movie.
I've never had anybody recommend
Yeah.
it to me, so
No,
I was like,
no.
I have no idea.
I
teen
think...
angst all over again in a different vein.
I think-
Pardon the pun.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a resurgence in vampire movies headed on now because of What We Do in the Shadows. Because What We Do in the Shadows changed it enough to where now there's a TV show about it,
Right.
but the movie is fucking amazingly awesome. Have you ever seen it?
I have not seen it yet.
That is, none of you guys have seen it.
I've just recently seen it. Sir.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, dude. I've seen it like 30 fucking times, dude. No joke about it. And every time my wife comes home, she watches the TV show. So we watch it
Nice.
over and over and
Nice.
over again. Like, I know everything. And it's so funny because they really did. They took everything and they put you in the office kind of a setting to where you're watching these vampires in their natural habitat living.
in this
A
flat.
Truman Show.
Yeah, and
Are they
they're
in Bristol?
no, they're actually in like New Zealand somewhere.
Oh no, I meant like in the show. I thought. Never mind.
They're in no, they're on Staten Island.
Staten Island. Okay. I couldn't
They're-
remember.
Yeah, they only have like 2 streets.
Nice.
They went to Staten Island, and another vampire went to New York and took over New York. And then they only took 2 streets in Staten Island, and it's
Fair.
3 of them. So it's fucking hilarious. But the movie was the one that somebody recommended it to me. I think it was my oldest son. He was like, "Hey, you guys need to watch this movie," and we watched it. God, constantly. I even bought it on iTunes for it,
Nice.
because of all the behind the scenes stuff. And I don't know, you guys need to watch it. And if you can watch the show, the show's on Hulu right now. Go through it.
What,
It's
the TV show?
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. It really is. It's a new departure into the vampire part. They have all the tropes, but now they can actually do it on television, like where people turn into bats and they actually have werewolves, and they bring in that comedy side for it, which they had one, like they can't eat like regular human food. They introduced that back into it. Like the Lost Boys, they could eat like Chinese food and shit like that, right? They could eat regular food, but in this one, they can't. It makes them throw up blood.
Right.
It's fucking hilarious too. It's awesome. Just the way that Taika Waititi is like turned everything upside down on that. Yeah. He's like the new big thing.
Yeah.
In movies
I love
and
it
everything.
though.
I know.
As long as he keeps like staying true to what he is, I'm cool with it.
Wasn't there
awesome?
Wasn't there like a big Vampire Diaries? Wasn't that a big television show?
Yeah.
I mean, that went on for like a lot of years, like it was 8 seasons or something.
It was like a CW kind of show,
right? Right. I'm just trying to think of what else has been in the zeitgeist. Recently.
HBO had their vampire.
True Blood.
True Blood was a big one. Yeah.
That was a little different take. I thought, a little more back to. I don't know. It's just interesting, like how they had the factions throughout Louisiana, all that kind of jazz.
The entire nation, the king.
Well, yeah, eventually, but I didn't watch that far.
Oh, you know what? There's that
I lose interest a lot, Sean.
There's that one movie that came out. I don't know when in the 2000s. It has that guy that's really famous. He's the star in Bruges.
He redid Fright Night,
the remake.
He did the remake of Fright Night, which wasn't that bad.
Okay,
it wasn't great by any means, but it wasn't that bad, and it had the new Chekhov in it. Sadly, he's passed.
Unfortunately.
He was the main guy in it, and the guy's name escapes me. What the fuck? Colin Farrell. Yeah.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, got
Farrell.
it. Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Did he play Deadshot too in that awful? No. What was the Deadpool
Smith.
movie? No, with Batman.
The Deadpool movie with Batman.
Deadpool. Wow, not what I meant to say at all.
What the hell world am I living in?
I'm just going to let myself out. I'm so sorry to waste you guys' time. They have a Netflix show on this guy now, and I can't think of his name. He was like the first Marvel Netflix big one.
Daredevil?
Kingpin. Thank you, Daredevil. The movie with Daredevil and Ben Affleck. The bad guy was Colin Farrell, but who'd he play?
Oh, Bullseye.
Bullseye. Thank you. I was like, Deadshot? That's definitely not right.
Yeah, Bullseye. Yeah, they totally fucked up that guy.
It was so...
that was terrible.
Yeah, about that one.
Sorry.
I'm sorry to bring that up.
I know. That's a sore subject.
I did watch a couple episodes of a show sometime in the 2000s called Being Human. And it was like a vampire, a werewolf,
and a ghost
that like all lived in a place together.
They're all in one apartment.
Yeah, maybe that was the one where they all lived in Bristol.
That could have been it. Man.
I have to imagine this is a comedy.
Hello. No, well, sorta.
Yeah,
it was. It was trying to take it serious.
It was a dramedy.
Well,
dramedy. Yeah, okay.
Well, I think,
and then I turned it off.
I think we really kind of gone through everything that's notable on that part of it. If we missed anything, definitely let us know. But as far as everything goes, before we end our Halloween extravaganza here, favorite vampire movies?
Ooh,
Sean.
Ooh. See, I like Nosferatu and a Symphony de Collins, just because along the lines of Dr. Caligari and the early cinematography, you just don't get that these days.
No.
But then again, Horror of Dracula was good. The 1958 version. Todd Browning's was good. So it's not like, what's your favorite? It's like...
Well, how about this? If you were stuck on an island and you had those 3 options and you could only keep one, which one would you do?
Ooh.
Would you just keep Murnau so you could learn from it?
Probably.
See?
Murnau was just...
That's when cinema was... I don't know. It meant a lot more than it does now. It's not so throwaway. Whenever they put something on film, you made it work, and you made it as perfect as you possibly could. And they did have those classic movies that still hold up to this day, even though that one's silent. And the way that the cinematography in that one too, even before there was really any cinematography, it made sense. They really pulled in everything and used that. What was it? A 3-strip color, different kind of color process that they did too, to kind of get the greens, and instead of being black and white, they used a different kind of a color with it, didn't they?
You've got me there.
Yeah, I think they used like different filters for the actual filming, because again, whenever you're watching that one, you get to see that circle in the middle, and then everything's kind of blurred out on the edges because what they're focusing on that part of it, and they're playing on shadows, which again in that time, whenever you're playing in complete black and white and you're playing with shadows, I mean, that was like revolutionary.
Would you say they're in the shadows?
Ooh.
Good point. Good point.
Mitch, what would you think would be?
I think mine's kind of obvious. I hate to say it, but I already kind of told the story of like such a raw experience into that movie from dusk till dawn. I can't say no to that.
Yeah.
And it's only I guarantee it's probably only it's a great movie anyway.
Yeah.
But I think it's only because of how I was introduced to it that it made such an impact. So
Yeah.
Sure.
that's me.
Well, and you kind of get two movies in one with that one.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. And you get the Tarantino everything in it.
You get to see him act.
But yeah. Yeah, but then you get the like George Clooney being a fucking badass.
Yeah,
Right?
especially when he comes from Return of the
Killer Tomatoes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, who didn't want that fucking tattoo that he had that you could not see? It was halfway up his neck and then down his arm, and you're like, that's what I'm gonna get when I get old enough.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're like, no more barbed wire tattoos from me.
yes.
I don't need the cow skull and barbed wire tattoos because that's not me anymore.
There you go.
Dan, what was your favorite one?
I would probably choose Coppola's Dracula.
Yeah, I mean that
Good
one.
choice.
What's the main reason you would choose that?
It does a good job of blending the horror side with the adventure side of the book. In my opinion, it does. Whoa, hello! It does. It does bring in the romantic side of it as well, which is very nice. And then the effects of it are perfect. Like I couldn't ask for anything more. It's just a great movie.
That's a good movie.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, Brock,
Yeah,
what
I
would you
mean
pick?
that's a film school movie. I think
Yeah.
that's one that if you're in film school that you watch and you study just to figure out things, just to see how you would actually frame it. I think it's an awesome movie.
Well, I think you could have less of a mentor than Coppola.
Oh my God, come on, why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, and yeah, after Apocalypse Now and then that movie, come on, the dude's
Done.
like fucking, he's on the Mount Rushmore.
He's on Brock's Mount Rushmore of directors. It has 75 directors.
Yeah, what is this fucking ESPN?
Well, what about you, Brock?
Yeah, what about you, Brock?
Now, before that, I didn't mean to put anybody in a position to pick a favorite one, but honestly, one that you would like, because everybody's
you
going to
did.
have a lot of
Totally
different things, and I painted you guys in a corner, which was awesome
Thank you.
because it made you really look at those. It was just cool. My favorite one, of course, is Dracula, 1931.
Okay, Todd
I
Brown.
somehow knew that would be the answer.
I kind of
Come on. That's universal at its.
Is it just because
Beginning,
it's
but
the
almost
origins, or is it because truly
I think
how the movie
Lugosi's
is?
just a
Everything.
badass
Okay, yeah.
in that movie.
Everything in that
anyways.
movie. Renfield was awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking the little arbitrary characters in that movie were fucking awesome.
Is it weird that Renfield was one of my favorite characters to read?
Oh,
No.
that's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
it's so you.
Oh, that works out.
Oh, and who played Renfield in the Bram Stokers?
Oh. You hurt my brain. I don't remember.
Because I forgot who that dude. It's not. I know it's not Tom Waits, but
No.
yeah, no,
Tom Waits, that'd be
Yeah, no, he resembles Tom Waits a little bit, but yeah, everything that you know about modern horror is wrapped up in Dracula. I think the way that they frame the big sets, the way that they do the tracking shots for it, almost really, the way that they blend the sound in
It
that
was
movie.
Tom Waits.
Was it?
It was.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, no, like everything about that movie, I think really did. It still speaks to me. I watched it on Svengoolie today.
Really?
Oh,
Actually,
cool.
yeah. So Svengoolie's still on WeTV, and he played Dracula. So I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna watch that one. And it led me more into.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the Women's Entertainment Channel?
WeTV? No,
Yeah.
no. WeTV is like a free one, like Grit.
Oh, I really thought that started as like a women's television.
It might have
entertainment
been.
channel.
Might have
I'm
been.
not saying. I don't
Yeah,
care.
it might have been.
I'm not saying women can't like horror.
Well, yeah, and the only reason why I'm watching it is because it's Svengoolie. You know
Right,
what I
of
mean?
course.
Like, come on, like I'm gonna give up a chance to watch Svengoolie. No. I think the original Dracula just still to this day will hold up if you really. And again, I think it's a film school movie too.
Oh, yeah.
Just
for
like
sure.
Nosferatu, just like fucking From Dusk Till Dawn. I think all of those are examples of movies that you can look at and then you could draw so much inspiration from and possibly even come up with your own identity in those kind of movies, which is really cool.
Well, I mean, coming from me, where I didn't really know a lot of this lineage. I've never been a huge vampire fan, but I can definitely appreciate, especially with movies and how they portray it and everything like that. Watching the lineage of how it started and how it was in the cinematic universe and how it progressed and how it did change. That was really cool. Like I like to actually